Hi everyone, welcome to this 10-week documentary film screening. My name is Isa Richards and I am the founder and also one of the mentors for this 10-week documentary course that just happened. We had such an amazing amount of students sign up for this program and we were able to have students from all over create documentaries using their smartphones. Um, the aspect of the program was to basically teach people the fundamentals of documentary filmmaking and then also to be able to use limited gear to create authentic narratives. We have such an amazing amount of students today who show their work and what they did and their community matters. And I think that you guys will like a lot of the projects that you see today. But firstly, to introduce myself again, my name is Isa. I'm a filmmaker in New York City, and I've been doing film for a very long time. And this platform is initially came out a few years ago, but we just launched it, and we're just very excited to see how fast it scaled. Um, yeah, so I would like to introduce some of the mentors that are part of this regime and to talk about the experiences, and then we'll actually get into the students that were a part of this cohort, and then we'll be able to watch some of the films. And then if there's any feedback, any questions that you guys have at the end, you'll be able to send it in the message or even email us, and we'll be definitely um, love to be able to answer you guys. So, so for the first person, I would like to bring to the stage is one of our great mentors. He helped do a lot of stuff through the process of this 10-week course, and I think it's really great to see the accomplishments from week one all the way to 10. And I think he has a lot to talk about and a lot to bring to the table when it comes to being a personal filmmaker and then being in the teaching space and what the goal and what we have planned for you guys in the future. So, bring a beeb. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Salam, salam.
Oh,
Welcome,
yeah.
welcome. Thank
So
you,
you should
thank
be
you.
able to introduce yourself and let us know who you are. Yeah.
Ab- Absolutely. So my name is Abib Jalil Rodney. That's my full government. But professionally, I'm known as Abib Jalil. I'm a filmmaker, writer, I guess producer, director. More, I would more so call myself a creative director. But I've been in the game for quite a while now. Maybe about 14 years now. I've been in film. Started out with music videos. Started on a regular T2I, running and gunning, and yeah, I've been filming ever since. Basically, working on short films, documentaries, uh, doing extra work. Just being on set. Just the whole gambit, really. I have a company called Love that we put on events throughout the United States. We also collaborate with a lot of different organizations, nonprofits, NGOs. So even me being involved in this was a very natural fit. But I've never actually been in the education space before. This is one of, I would say, because I've kind of been getting into that this past year. But this is definitely one of the things that I've been introduced to be able to engage with people and actually be able to give advice, and even being able to look at myself as being able to give advice is a crazy thing I had to wrap my head around. But yeah, it's been an amazing experience. All of the students have been passionate. Everyone definitely tried within their means to be a part of the class, or at least be a part of the discussion. And because of that, we have some amazing projects that we're going to be showing, and I'm really excited to see what the students have cooked up, and I'm excited for what we have next as well. So yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, that sounds great. I just have one question for you.
Mhm.
So, as being a filmmaker, coming from the industry to the teaching space, and then teaching this cohort that has students from all around the world, how did it like change you as a filmmaker, or what are some things that you learned, and what are some things that you installed into your students during this cycle?
I mean, ways that it's changed me is it really helped me appreciate, you know, when I was starting out, and the limited resources that I had. It really made me appreciate the technology that we have available now, and ways that it makes the whole process easier. um, Being able to learn about the students culture, and hear some of their ideas, and interact with them, was also very fulfilling for me, especially as an Afro Jamaican. Both of my parents being Rasta, so that experience was amazing to me, to be able to engage with them, and just to hear their perspective, right? Just to kind of see how they saw the world, how they saw film, and how they, what kind of ideas they had that they wanted to do. So it really opened my mind to some ideas, creatively myself, to kind of think outside of the box, especially in terms of language and that kind of a thing. I'm writing a TV series about my parents, and so one of the things I was always questioning is whether I wanted it to be more so Jamaican English than going deep into Jamaican patois. And I think I've landed on the decision to use, definitely Jamaican patois with subtitles, right? So that's, if it wasn't for this class, maybe I would have went the other way. Who knows, right? So yeah, for sure, it's definitely influenced me.
All right, great. Yeah. So, if there's any last things that you want to say before we bring in our first student or documentary filmmaker?
Absolutely, absolutely. I just want to say, like, we couldn't have done this without you. So I just want to big you up and give you your props. The way that you've been working tirelessly, endlessly, just everything that you've been doing and wrangling everyone together, and just all, regardless of how you feel, you push through. And we couldn't have gotten to this point without you behind the entire thing and pushing everyone forward. So I just want to say that, just wanted to make sure that we highlight you in this process.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So,
Hello everyone, my name is Zirolua Kimaejelu and I'll be 15 in less than 2 weeks. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I found out about Unpackaged Story from my mother and ever since then I've been drawn to it. My experience over these 10 weeks has been amazing and got to learn so many things that I never thought I would learn. I got to learn how to edit, create a script and a world of film. It was nice meeting people from around the world, and I'm so grateful to Unpackaged Story for allowing my dreams to come true. I'm thankful to Aisata, Ephraim, Labidia, and the rest for making my dream come true. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and thank you guys. Bye. Lupeju, my area, my neighborhood. I was born and brought up here in Lupeju, and I still live here. Ilupeju has always been a quiet neighborhood. Everyone seems to know each other. Everything you need is at every corner. There are days that it's rainy and days that it's sunny, like today. Ilupeju is a vibrant community known for its bustling atmosphere and diverse population. Ilupeju is also recognized for its thriving education sector, with a wide range of primary and secondary schools such as Awesome College, Basil, Temple, Treasure House, and many more. With this, parents have ample options to choose from for their children's education. Don't even get me started about the eateries in Ilupeju. There are several eateries in Ilupeju offering a variety of cuisines, from local Nigerian dishes to international flavors. Popular eateries such as Mama Cass, Chicken Republic, Sweet Sensation, and many more. If you're in Ilupeju and looking for a place to grab a bite, you have plenty of options to choose from. You can also find places to relax, exercise, socialize, and engage in leisure walks. Places like Maryland Mall for shopping and leisure. My favorite to go spot, Students Garden, which has all kinds of activities that you, your family, and your friends can participate in. It is a well-known leisure and botanical garden in Ilupeju. It is easily accessible with many amenities such as picnic areas, restrooms, playgrounds, event spaces, and even a zoo. Shades Garden offers a wide range of attraction for visitors of all ages. There is Ilupeju Gym and Fitness Centers, which provide facilities for exercise. There are even multipurpose centers, venues like the Ilupeju Town Hall, often used to host community events, meetings, and social gatherings. These spots offer a variety of activities for residents and visitors, enhancing the leisure landscape of Ilupeju. As I said before, everything you need is at every corner. Make sure you come to Ilupeju. It has a very welcoming atmosphere, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy your stay. P.S. There are many hotels in Ilupeju. Thanks for watching. Bye!
So, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming. We do definitely appreciate you guys. We have a lot of a great documentary to show you guys for today. One thing we like to let you guys know: a lot of the filmmakers that were a part of this program from week 1 or to week 10 have went through a very big transition within their lives. Right? A lot of them came in as professional filmmakers or beginners. So it's really amazing to see everyone go from the stage that they went to the ending with the support from different mentors and the support from everybody that actually was on board of this learning platform. But there is one student that the first one I want to introduce. Um, he's amazing, amazing story. But I think yeah, I'll invite him to the stage so that he can be able to let us know everything that we need to know. All right. Hey,
Hello, you
welcome.
guys. Hello, hello,
Welcome.
hello.
All
Yeah,
right.
great
Thank you for
things.
being here today. So we want you to briefly, yeah, explain who you are, what's your project about. I think that you went through a really great journey within the last 10 weeks, and we're really excited to hear everything.
All right, thank you so much, Isata. I mean, I'm glad to be here. It's an honor. To be called a filmmaker, it's a big deal here in Nigeria, in this part of the world. We call a filmmaker is a really big deal. So, to be able to come through from week 1 down to week 10, it's it was a crazy journey, but I mean, I'm grateful to God that I found Unpackaged Stories, and I was committed to every class, every assignment until the end, and then coming up with a project and executing, finishing the project. It was mind blowing for me. I didn't see myself here in 10 weeks, so I'm truly grateful. I'm excited. I'm from Nigeria. Ezekiah Thomas is my name. Um, I'm a first time filmmaker, actually. In case you're wondering, I've not done any film like edit, like nothing about filmmaking. Ground up, unpackaged stories taught me everything from ground up. So it was really an exciting journey, because there are a lot of stories, within my mind, stories around my community that I wanted to tell, but these skills, these skills, needed to tell these stories. I didn't have them, so I had to start looking for places where I could learn them. And then I was checking online. Someone sent a link on WhatsApp, and then I saw Unpackaged Stories. I registered and then I started. That was the beginning of this whole thing. It was tedious, it was stretching, it was stressful because this is a new field for me. So, but it was something I decided, within myself that I was going to put some pressure on myself and get something done at the beginning of this year. And I was excited because I actually put in the work, and coming up with this story was mind blowing because I'm someone who I don't necessarily like, going up to meet people, but seeing this story, I felt is something that needs to be told. People need to hear about it. People need to see it. A lot of the locals in our country, in our community, they don't get appreciated. They are not recognized the way they are supposed to. The business people, the local farmers, the carpenters, whatever field, like local entrepreneurs. I just wanted to shed light and then bring them, out so people can see what they go through and appreciate the work that they are doing. So my subject actually for this project is a farmer. Mr. Okana is his name, and in spite of the challenges in Nigeria, he has actually found a way to make agriculture lucrative and successful, and also is a great influence to his community because he brings a lot of employment and touches a lot of lives in his community. So I mean, this was a story that needed to be told. So I decided to jump on it, and I'm excited for for the documentary because at least it will touch a part of your lives. I was inspired by it. Something that up and coming filmmakers should know is getting a documentary and telling a story. You should first be inspired by that story. I was greatly inspired by that story, and it gave me the courage to actually go for what I wanted and do more. So I'm excited for you guys to see it, and hopefully we get your feedbacks, your reviews. Thank you so much for coming in. Ezekiel Thomas is the name. All right.
Farming generally can be somewhat interesting and challenging at the same time. In fact, it is quite expensive. Right now, we're in Jos, Nigeria, the largest producer of tin in the country. Not just being the largest producer of tin in Nigeria, Jos also houses some of the most exotic vegetables sold across the country. Believe me when I say this, that they have these farms scattered all across the city. And you guessed right, we just happen to be in one of them. Come on, let's go meet the owner.
Good morning. I'm Elkanah Cletus from Wen. I'm from Mango. All right. Yeah, I came here to school after schooling. I've been here, no work, and so I look for what to do, and then I started this. Over the years, I have enjoyed it, and I have gotten a lot from it. And so, farming in Jos particularly, very lucrative, very, very lucrative. We have got a lot of interest from what we do every day. When I left the village and I'm here, I started doing what I was doing at home. So we started doing Irish potato farming.
Yeah.
And then we now move on to tomato.
Yeah.
And then we're doing cabbage and then carrots too.
Yes.
Yeah, these crops are very, very good here. They yield very well here. And then there's a good demand for it here. In Nigeria particularly, we have a lot of challenges, most especially with the seeds, like the seedling, like the cabbage. We used to buy a pack, 25 grams of the seedling for 12,000, 10,000 before now. But right now it's 25,000 naira as I am speaking to you. Why? Because these seedlings are imported. They are not made in Nigeria.
Wow.
And so with the inflation, things have come up so much. Like the fertilizer, we use 271313 MPK that we used to buy 25,000 or even lower than that. But right now it's 53,000 naira as I'm talking to you now.
Yeah.
So things are actually very expensive. But even as expensive as they are, we have to give our crops the fertilizer, and we have to, even the pesticides, very, very expensive. But we have to manage and go. We get a little out of it, and that's okay. They are very, very serious challenges. Why? Because the last government came and they said everybody back to farm, back to farm. And government is not doing anything about the fertilizer. No fertilizer from government, no insecticide, no pesticides, nothing. Yeah, the issue of land. Yeah, it's very difficult to get a land to farm on now. Why? Because everywhere is saturated. You see houses all around, right?
Yes.
And then the little space you have around, people are looking for it. So everybody wants to farm, but still, you still manage. So you pay some money, and they give you a rent for a year.
Ooh.
And sometimes it's a very big money, and sometimes you don't get much, but still you have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So land is very, very difficult. And even if you have the land and the land is not close to any source of water, you can't do irrigation.
Yeah.
So it's not every land that you can do irrigation on top. It has to be close to a source of water. And then talking about water here, particularly in this our area, if you see where we're getting the water right now,
Yeah.
you will see that the water is coming from a well.
Oh, wow.
And then, yeah, it's very difficult to drag out water from a well. We're supposed to have a dam. We have a dam here, but it's already shallowed out. Why? Because nobody is helpful. We're just doing our thing by ourselves. So it's very, very difficult. Government can always do a lot. Government make a lot of noise every day, but nothing comes out of it, the noise. You see, we're supposed to be provided with dams, at least, if they want us to do real agriculture and real irrigation. Give us dams. Give us pesticides. Give us fertilizer. No, the farmer doesn't need much. Just need all those things, and then, boom, he will do his work.
Wow.
He doesn't mind whatever you are doing in your government house.
Yeah.
He wants the basic things, right? Government can also purchase land or provide land for people to farm, and also create access to those farms, because sometimes the farms are in the bush, and so before you move your goods from the farm to the main road or to access market, you have a lot of issues around. %70 of the farmers are subsistent, and they are the ones that are producing the food. So if you don't encourage them, I'm telling you, there will be hunger in the land. They are the ones producing the food. So they play a very important role by providing the immediate food you see around.
Yeah.
We are the ones that are providing the food. So we are very important. We are. My final words of encouragement to any farmer in Nigeria, in Plateau State and anywhere, is that we together we should brace up, and particularly they should form unions.
Wow.
One major thing is that they should form unions.
Yes.
Here we are not so united, but still we're still hoping that someday government will come.
Yeah.
And then for those of them that are still doing this, I know it is difficult out there, but they should keep on, right? They should keep on.
Yes.
They should be motivated to keep on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always very difficult, things very expensive, but it's worth the while, right?
Yeah.
They say kasaba achingabu mutu. So anything you put on the ground, something will come up and you get something.
You get
at the
something.
end of it. Yes.
Yes.
Wow, thank you, Thomas, so much for introducing your project. All right, so yeah, so that was a great one. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. So for our next filmmaker, she's from Nigeria, and she was really a great person coming into the course from the very beginning to the end. I loved her ideas, and I love the fact that she always enthusiastic, always able to ask questions, always able to come up with a lot of creative ideas. So I would like to introduce our next filmmaker, because I think you guys have the badge of filmmakers now, to the stage. And then she'll be able to introduce herself, talk about her process, and how everything pretty much worked out for her. Hello, welcome.
Oh my god. Hello everyone.
Hi, we're excited to have you here. Go ahead.
Why me? Why me? Why me? Anyways, okay, so I'll just go anyhow I want, anyhow I can. Yeah. So I hope if you can all hear me. My name is Temilade Ologbenla, and I'm a girl, in case you're wondering. So yeah, I actually I should say this. Okay, so I am a graduate of Babcock University where I studied mass communication. So we must have done something in film and everything, but a lot of people didn't take it serious. So I've been wanting to go into the film industry, and I was able to do some internships, but I did not have that. I did not have that practical experience of doing things on my own. I was just assigned to people, watching from behind and things like that. So So after that, after I graduated in 2022, or I think it was during school, in 2022 was when I actually registered for Unpackaged Stories. Fun facts, guys. So I registered in 2022, didn't get anything. Then suddenly I saw a notification 2024. I was like, what's this? When did I do this? Okay, it's filmmaking. If it's filmmaking, then I probably registered for it. Then I started the classes. It's been so good. It's been so good. And initially I was always up and running, then life happened. I had to start rationing my time for a lot of things. Assignments came, do some assignments I could, skip the ones I could skip. Of course, we always have that student. So yeah, so I've always wanted to finish the class. I wanted to finish the class, so which is why I'm part of this. I'll call it exhibition, not just screening, showing what I've done. So which is why I'm part of this particular session. So yeah, and my project. Let me just go straight to my project. My project is it is a series I have planned on starting for a very long time. A lot of things I've wanted to do for a very long time there. So the series is called Ghetto Not Ghettoed, or Ghetto Not Ghetto. So it means you are living in a community that is regarded as bad, as the hooligans, as all of the bad characteristics and bad people. But you are doing well for yourself. You are living regularly. You are not as bad as the media portray you to be. Because when I was in school, I learned about international communication, and one of the problems of the media is how um, the media industry of the West portray we third world countries and a lot of things. Everything is bad and everything. So I'm saying that yes, everything is bad, or a lot of things are bad, but we still have good that come out of it. And when I'm talking about the good that come out of it, it's not the overly good. Is you are doing well, you are doing okay. So those people that are in between, they deserve to have their own representation, which is why I actually decided to embark on this project. So my subject is a 55-year-old man that is a jack of all trades, and is someone the community can't exactly do without, which is why, because we're one of the very first class that we had, we're talking about relevant people in our community, relevant places in our community. So I just decided to go with the people, someone that a lot of people can't do without, because he's a jack of all trades, an electrician, a plumber, a bricklayer, a businessman, and so on and so forth, basically. So during the project, I had to, before I even started, I started shooting my b-rolls. Anywhere I could get my phone out, I'll just shoot my b-roll. Okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I didn't exactly follow the conventional way, but I knew from the classes, I knew all the things I needed. So let me just go at my own pace, because they're like, okay, go at your pace. So shot my b-rolls when I could. I told the man we are going to have an interview. He was like, okay, no problem about that. We'll see how it goes. And eventually I was able to get my interview, where I learned about him that even it's not like he didn't even go to university. He went to university, but he dropped out. But let me not say it. Let me not talk about it. You're going to see it in the video. So yeah, basically, ghetto not ghetto. Someone living in ghetto that is not ghetto like people in the ghetto. So that's my project basically. When you screen the video, or when you view it, you are going to see everything that is all about. And I hope it is as good as I'm expecting it to be. I hope it's going to come out good, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope I also have chance for improvement. And I want to say a very big thank you to the organizers of Package Stories documentary series. The 10 weeks was, from what other people have said, 10 weeks was very, very intensive. And the few classes I could join here and there, some of the extra classes that we had, I really learned a lot. I know that one that I know that specifically touched me, or that was really impactful, the color grading classes, because who knows, I can color grade with CapCut per. So yeah, so all of
Yeah,
the classes are really
definitely.
nice.
Yo,
speak
no,
of
definitely. I
it.
think that you have a really great story. I really like the idea that you're trying to show people in the environment who do everything to survive, right? And you're
Yeah.
showing the rule of how the community gets their economic strength and how people actually work together. I think my last question would just be, after doing this documentary, has it changed your life? Has it made you look at life a little bit differently? Any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form?
because I've seen that. I've seen that not everything you think about people is actually what it is. So everything is not as it seems. Let me just put it that way. Because someone that was seen as uneducated after my pre-interview, and I also asked other people that question before I could actually settle on that particular man, because I wanted to have options. Everything is not as it seemed. He was actually on the road to becoming a scholar. Then his path changed and everything. So even for myself, from my experience personally, for the during my own course of it, I realized that a lot of times your path can actually change. You can actually set your way to do something, but it might not be the exact way, the order of things, like the name of a movie. It might not be the way the order of things is that your own way is going to go. Well, everything's about being consistent, continuing, trying to do everything. Just do it, just do it, just do it. If you just do
Yeah,
it,
no,
then
shit,
it
that's
will
good. That's
work out
good. All
eventually.
right, yeah,
So
no,
that's
so thank
all.
you. Yeah, no, it's good. So we'll be able to watch your film, and I'm sure you'll get some great responses, and we hope to see more projects by you, some great more projects by you.
Due to my hooliganism in school, so I was expelled. My name is Muhammad Shakirulai Olabi Abiodun Odunsi. Some call me Arrange. I'm the one that always arrange everything to be successful. I am 55 plus now. I was born somewhere in Shomolu. I attended a Adebili Primary School, Bajulaye. So from there I proceeded to secondary school at West Memorial Grammar School. Again, I gained my admission to Benin State University, Ben Sudan, which now Oshi. To be honest, I'm not into courts, but due to my hooliganism in school, so I was expelled from school. A cabinet making, that's furniture. Aside that, I know about electrical very well. I do general work. I know little well about plumbing, bricklaying. Even if I do it, it will be like perfect. I like a lucrative business. I run a sport bet shop, PlayStation games, mold blocks. So people will bring phone for me, bring this, bring that. I'll help them to sell. I'm a jack of trade, master of all. Jackinio. I do everything perfectly. If I'm going here, I'm going there. If I'm going here, I'm not going here. So when you know I'm not in Balabo, that's my job assistant. It's still it's still a very painful something from in my life. It's very painful that everything is wasteful. I enjoy myself with little I can. Though I don't take alcohol. I've never taken alcohol in my life. Neither smoke. In time of madness, if we bring you, I'll let you know that no, I love everybody and they love me. I'm trying my best for my family, either my extended family, nuclear family, everybody. My personality in the family, they know it. My impact in the family, they know it. I'm trying my best for the community where I am. Every year I am. Whatever I stand in need, I render. Morally, physically, mentally, financially, ghetto life, personal life. We see them. What I can only say is to pray for them so that they can keep away from all these bad habits. At times I go to eateries. Funny, just look at, okay, I have 3,000, 5,000. Let me go to eateries. Let me spend 2,000 naira. I don't go beyond my boundary. I'll just take, if it is meat pie or sausage that money just meat pie, sausage and minerals. I'll take, relax, took AC, and come back to my house. Everybody are ready to work. But the government, if only the government creates a job, either the state, the federal or local governments.
See you. All right. So I think Labby's here. All right. So you guys, so as you guys can see some of the great projects that you guys are so as you guys can see, there's some great projects that you guys are watching. Um as you can see the passion, you can see how much process it actually took. And this is all from smartphone technology. And I like to emphasize that, a lot of the times, as some of the students said, documentary filmmakers in the making don't have a lot of gear to be able to support their dreams, right? And they don't have a lot of the tools needed to actually tell stories. But what we do is that we try to encourage people that, it doesn't really matter about the tool you use, it doesn't really matter about the gear that you use, so long you are being able to come up with the structure, the actual storyline, and then making sure that everything kind of works in sync, right? Um, so that's why we foster a lot of the different curriculums into everybody that's a part of what we do. We try to foster a lot of the different filmmaking techniques into everyone, and we just try to hold everybody's hand to the very end. So these are some amazing projects that we're watching. I want to tell you guys thank you so much again for joining us uh, for this streaming. It is the first of its kind in the first cycle from our 10-week program, as I said before. This is a very exciting moment to be able to have new filmmakers, old filmmakers come into the field of documentary, highlighting different subjects in their communities and creating such an impactful change through visual activism. Um, as I said, a lot of the people that were in our classroom space kind of look like from beginner to professionals. Um, so we had very much different varieties of different people. But for our next documentary filmmaker, and I can say filmmaker, he's from Nigeria. He's a professional in the field, and he definitely came in and helped a lot with some of the mentorship as well. He taught a few workshops and was able to help some of the students navigate their projects. So I want to be able to introduce Labby to the stage and have him talk about his project and his experience being a part of our 10-week course as a student, as a professional, as a mentor, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, hello everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just wait. Okay, fine. So my name is Labidia. I am a filmmaker from Nigeria, and I'm into um, filmmaking in aspect of fiction, and I do social and corporate events, commercials, and documentary has always been a thing I wanted to do, but I I get engaged a lot with work. So when I saw these unpackaged stories that were like documentary filmmaking, I just jumped on it without thinking about it. The 10 weeks was as intensive as for a newbie as it was. I opened up my heart to this. I came in like a novice because I really wanted to learn, and I discovered that it's a whole different ball game. Yeah, there's no similarities, but documentary filmmaking is on another path. You cannot even compare it to fiction and all stuff. So it's been amazing. I got stressed a whole lot, I was always on the edge, trying to get things done. It's been amazing, amazing. I want to thank Unpackaged Stories for bringing out this program. It's been wonderful. I've met a lot of people, my mentors and participants. I've made a whole new lot of friends, and I hope I get to do something amazing very soon in the future. Thank you very much, I said.
Okay, so I
So
guess I
for
have.
my
Go ahead.
okay, so for my documentary, uh, I've always wanted to be. I'm actually a DIY person. I like to do things right from childhood. I like to do things myself. Once I see someone doing something, I think I know it and I want to try it out. So woodworking has always been my thing. I actually did a little bit of woodworking in school, in high school. I've done some kind of projects, and when this assignment came, I thought I need a cupboard in my home. Let me just document the process. So I was going to play with it. I was just going to have fun with it, get the plank, cut it into pieces, and assemble it. But it changed a whole lot about me. I discovered thing about documentary is that it's never ending. You discover new stories in the documentary because I now discover that in Nigeria we complain that there are a lot of unemployed people. The unemployment rate is very high. But while filming that documentary, I saw a lot of opportunities. Houses are being built every time in Nigeria. You can actually go into the furniture business without even having the technical know-how. Just have an idea of how the furniture should be. Go into the market, get your planks. You have someone that will cut it for you to size. You have carpenters that will assemble it for cheap, and then sell it to the people because houses need furniture. So it's a whole. It's it was an eye opener for me. So I'm thinking of going into the business also. So we just people sit down and complain about the government. What are we doing in our own aspect? And in that plank market, I saw a lot of idle people. People, young boys smoking away. That's another story. But they are sitting on gold mines that they don't even know. Opportunities they can actually create these furniture and sell. But so it's a high opener for me, and I discovered that the documentary can be never ending. I'm still planning to go back to interview some other people. So my main subject is the guy that I used to buy planks from. I went up, I met him up and asked him, I want to do a cupboard and I want to interview you if you allow. And I said no problem. So the other subjects, that's the guy that was cutting the plank. I didn't have any plan to interview him, but as we were discussing as he was working, he was seeing a lot of things that my team guys were like, guy, you need to interview this guy. This guy is making sense, man. So we asked him, can we interview you? And he said, yes. So we interviewed him, and everybody was happy. They got their interviews. I gave them pictures of me, I sent it to them. I'm using the cupboard in my house now. It's covered. I keeps away wall geckos and cockroaches. Basically, that's all. But it's been amazing. These all 10 weeks. Let me just point out that I studied filmmaking for 3 years in India, and what I got in what I got in Unpackaged Stories in 10 weeks is up to par, and I got it for free. I wish I had this opportunity before traveling down to India. You know, after like everybody likes free things. you know, I wish I had the opportunity to learn this without, spending extra bucks to learn filmmaking. Thank you very much for this. And I hope you enjoy my documentary. And I pray that more will come from my comfort. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All right, sure.
Orúkọ mi ni Abdulrasaq Jimoh, trader ni mi, building material trading. Nígbà tí dọ́là ti increase, sales wa gan reduce because àwọn èèyàn tọ́jà bá cheap, ó máa ń rọrùn fún wọn láti rà. Àwọn èèyàn bá ti ṣe calculation kan tó fẹ́ rà yẹn, tó yẹn bá ti pọ̀ jù, wọ́n máa ń wòye pé building material something nǹkan táwọn fẹ́ kò ń ṣe compulsory. So àwọn nǹkan táwọn èèyàn lè fi dandan rà ní tó bá jẹ́ bí oúnjẹ, ọjà tá ń tà fún ọjọ́ kan nígbà tí dọ́là ti increase bóyá 3 weeks la fi ń tà. Nǹkan tíjọba lè ṣe fún wa ni pé àkọ́kọ́ diesel tó bá ti less, tí petrol náà less, tí dọ́là náà less, ọjà máa wálẹ̀. So irú nsìn tẹ́ bá dé port tẹ́ bá fẹ́ clear ọjà, owó tán fi ń clear ọjà yẹn ti wọ́n jù. So àwọn tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ ta ọjà fáwa náà, gbogbo calculation yẹn náà máa gbélé lórí. 90% nǹkan tá à ń lò ń sìn tó jẹ́ building materials importation ni. But tíjọba bá lè ṣe ìgbìyànjú tí company yẹn wà ní Nàìjíríà ń bí, táwa gangan ṣe ń bíbà ìfúnra ara wa. Àkọ́kọ́ ni wípé á jẹ́ kíṣẹ́ wà nílùú. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, náírà la máa fi rà, kò ní jẹ́ pé dọ́là la fi ń rà.
dangerous ẹ̀ gangan lọ pẹ̀lẹ́lẹ́. So tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ be careful any mistake báyìí.
ṣé kí ni ti gé yín lọ́wọ́ rí?
Ó ti gé mi lọ́wọ́ rí dáadáa.
ẹ jẹ́ ká wò.
wọlélé. àwọn máa lè jẹ 100%, ó sì ń save bóyá bí 50%.
50%.
So eléyìí náà.
This one what you got here but no max.
So sọ̀rọ̀ àwa gan máa ń jòkó ńgbà míì tá à ní rí nǹkan kan ṣe. Ẹni tó bá wá jàjà wá tó fẹ́ ṣe ẹyọ kan àbí méjì, ní fẹ́ fi price lé.
So, you guys heard from Labby. He came in as a professional filmmaker, coming in, learning a different dynamic of film, and was able to capture his documentary film from a whole new angle. And so, yeah. Thank you guys again for joining us today. It has been such an amazing experience having all of our film students here just to talk about their films and how they felt, the process, and how they envision their future to be because of such program, right? We've been really trying to tackle this program for a very long time, and a lot of people who are involved with this have been able to give their time and give their knowledge. So it's very important for us to be able to change narratives directly from community based through education. Um, if you guys check out our page, you'll see that we're always active. We always have workshops. We always have different courses that students can take, mostly documentary, video editing, and then we help them to learn a little bit about project management. So we really hope that in the future, most of these things they'll take into their own personal life and then to be able to change the world, not only from the biggest gear, because our whole motto is taking the most limited gear and creating the biggest impact, right? And that's our whole thing because we believe that we can be able to change the world effectively with just your smartphone, right? Smartphone technology, smartphone documentaries can be hit on a very high scale. All right, so I would like to introduce the next documentary filmmaker. Um, he's great. He's from Nigeria. Very great project. Would like for him to come on stage to this. All right, so we want to introduce you. I think you can't. This is one of our next documentary filmmakers. He came in between our weekly session, but he was still able to come up with a really amazing project, which I really, really love. So I would love for him to introduce himself and talk about where he's from and the process of how his project was actually made. Go ahead.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Ekeminino St. John, and I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria. I'm a 300 level student in the University of Cross River State. I'm studying civil engineering. Okay. Um, how I was able to come up with this documentary? Oh, it was really stressful and I faced a lot of stress, like to find the right actor to act this documentary, to tell the story. So I came up with an actor, a celebrity in school on campus. So I told him I want to create. I did a documentary before. This is my second documentary. The first one I did, my phone got lost and everything was inside, all the footage, all the everything went like that. So this is the second documentary I'm doing. So I told him to come, let me just shoot the documentary for him. Like I wanted to explain the story of, like, let the actors know what they are doing, like to motivate actors to act and never give up on their dreams, stuff like that. So he was the right person to act the stuff for me because he was an actor, like an upcoming actor. So I told him to act the stuff for me because he has a lot of like he has been in the field before. So and he's a well seen actor. So I told him to add the stuff for me. And then it was stressful because I'm using an Android phone. I have to borrow some iPhone. I have to borrow my friend iPhone. And then my friend, he wanted going somewhere. So I I told him to calm down for a little while. Let me just shoot this stuff. But shooting the main stuff, the B rolls was very hard for me to shoot it because he was in a hurry for me. He wanted going somewhere, so the B rolls was very hard. So I shot the main video, and then I removed some videos in his page, in his TikTok page, some stuff like that to put in the B rolls, and then it was fine. But I didn't enjoy the video at first because of I wanted to shoot the B-roll. The B-roll that was in my mind is not what I shot now because of the rushing. That if to say I have the personal phone and iPhone, that I could have shot the best video, but because of someone's phone, you have to do fast and return someone's phone. So that's why. And the story is about a guy that to motivate an actors, to motivate the upcoming actor, for them never to give up on their dreams, stuff like that. So the story was it was fun, sha, when shooting the story. I was like, this is my first time shooting a short film, sorry, a documentary. I was like, wow. But now I have a documentary. My first video might not be all that good. I know there's to come. I'll be shooting nice videos, and I really thank Unpackaged Story, especially for how to edit the editing section. It was so massive, like the color grading section with Abby, and I really enjoyed the stuff like this. But I didn't come to class early. That's why I did not start from the beginning of the class. So I learned a lot, even from my favorite filmmaker, that's Aseta. So I really enjoyed the class so much. So I would think anybody that's seen unpackaged stories anywhere you see, just join the class. It's really good, interesting, and you really learn a lot from the class. And I saw unpackaged story on Instagram. So I saw the stuff, a documentary class, and I said I should just let me just join. But I didn't know it was gonna be like this. So I really appreciate. Thank you so much.
Hello, what's up? I'm Agabi John Agabi, also known as Vitamu the actor. I'm an actor and also a student of University of Cross River State, Department of Mechanical Engineering. What inspired me to become an actor? I must say, I don't know, God did. Yeah, because the talent is already there, and I felt talent is there, and I have to put it to work. Acting has taught me a lot, and there's a lot to share, but due to the time factor, I won't be able to share all with you guys. I feel my unforgettable experience in acting was when we shot a cinematic job, Miss Die, a yet to be released job, Miss Die, for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, the job got cancelled because of some set error and all of that. We shot morning till night, and then the job got cancelled. Wasted effort. It was painful, it was heartbreaking, but at the same time, the passion kept me going. Speaking of my favorite character, I'll still give it to Mustafa in Miss Die, a yet to be released cinematic job in Calabar. Mustafa is a role of a mechanic guy, an Hausa mechanic guy who grew up in the ghetto, in the streets. He knows the pain of the streets, and he's a supportive guy to his friend. Right? He gathered money from the mechanic shop to train his friend through school and all of that. He shared ideas with his friend. He's generous, and I feel the role taught me a lot. And I love the role. I love Mustafa in his Die. How I prepare for roles. Most times I act with my mirror. I face the mirror. Sometimes I use my phone camera, and sometimes I act in front of my siblings, and they rate me. And then I do script mastering in the night, most times midnight, from 2-3 o'clock a.m. in the morning. That's when I do my script mastering, and then as early as 7 o'clock, first thing I do is to walk up to my mirror. I put down what I have mastered from the script, and I think that's what has kept me going so far. Balancing my normal life with demands of acting, bro, I must say, because acting firstly is a first time job. Alright, it's not a second time job, it's not a second choice job. Acting demands sacrifices, and of which I've been paying these sacrifices to be where I am today. And it's becoming normal to me because most times I neglect what I'm supposed to do for myself, what I'm supposed to do for my audience. Right? I think what I'm supposed to do for my audience better than what I'm supposed to do for myself, my career first, for any other thing. I know sometimes I might be having fever and my director will be like, later move the actor, go to the house, go and take some rest. I say, Samuel, please, let's shoot. So let's shoot. I can very, very acting is sweet. Acting is just well, as an aspiring actor, I would say never say never. Don't give up in your dreams. Alright, keep pushing. I remember when I started my career, I used to be the worst guy in my production, like the worst actor in my production. My director would keep shouting and shouting at me and calling me names. But I guess God did right. Keep pushing. Never relent. Talent without hard work is equals to zero, and hard work without talent is equals to zero. Alright, you need to balance the skill of acting. Acting demands sacrifice. Keep it at the top of your mind.
Okay, so no plate. You know plenty. But the driver blind, no, you see.
Okay, nice. I think I have one more question for you. That was great. That was, going into all of the trials and tribulations that you had to go through to complete your project. I think that makes you stronger, right? That's what makes documentary filmmakers stronger. But I have one question for you. Now going into your second documentary, is there anything that you would do differently, or is there anything that you took from your first time experience that you would do for your second time experience? So what are some things that maybe change your mind about documentaries that you would do for your second project now that you attempted your first project?
Okay, for my first project, I know it was a rush and everything was a rush because I didn't take time to do what was in my brain. So on my next project, I know firstly I will give time for myself what I'm going to do for. And the next project I have in mind, I have a lot of documentary to shoot for a lot of people. Like I've seen, because my community here, we have some water drainage system flooding every day. So I wanted doing a documentary for them and how the process, how to stop this effect. So, and I need a lot of planning, a lot of organization, organize my shoot, stuff like that, days to shoot, stuff like that. So I think I will do better in my next project, even better than this first project. I know this first project was it's not because it's a first project, it's gonna be like bad.
You
Thank you
did
so
very
much.
well. No, you did very well. So that's why I asked, because I know your first project you did very, very well. So yeah, we're proud of you, and we hope that you stay apart. And we do have another cycle going on. I know you're a part of that too. So hopefully, we're looking forward to seeing your second documentary. And yeah, you're a filmmaker now, so you should be proud of yourself.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
We all have that inner talent in us, so let's use it to make an impact. Never forget that storms will clear. Remember brighter tomorrows I always near. From generation has education among men being exalted. We have been told two things to learn. These are diligence and education, possessing valid untold. Without skill, none can read or write, nor can one a simple mud highway signpost decipher. Even along a road, one needs a bit of skill of glue, eyes to identify colors from others and even directions. Not only colors but even informations and messages as well. One needs education to right read and decode the path of life. Life is and has always been a learning process that can never come to an end. As I believe, what is worth doing is worth doing well.
Thank you guys so much for actually joining and watching our screening. It took a lot. It took a lot of encouragement. It took a lot of work to have something like this happen. I want to say thank you to all of the people who are behind this learning platform, and then also the people who actually help to give the information, give the knowledge, give the education, right? Because it's not easy being a filmmaker in the field, and then also being an educator is a totally different field, right? And then not only that, but you're learning how to adapt to teach in different regions, right? So right now we're actually in 16 different regions, students from bits and pieces of those places. But it's very impactful to have the students that are a part of our collective all come into one space to be able to tell their stories and narratives. Because sometimes I feel as filmmakers, we usually, are into our own world, and we're not actually open to what's actually happening in actuality. I know there's a lot of publications that might show the perception about the world, but it's not as keen and tied into when somebody who actually lives in the community, who knows the people, who knows the culture, who knows the languages, can be versus a documentary filmmaker from the outside. So I'm very excited and I'm very happy to see all the people who are part of this cycle become better and to become greater in the future. So yeah, so thank you guys so much. You can find us online. Our Instagram is Unpackaged Films, and then we have a YouTube channel that we're gonna be able to help put some of these films on. Also, all the individual filmmakers, they have their social media platforms as well. And all of this will be in the bio. Please be able to follow them. Most of them are going to be having their projects posted on their Facebook pages or their Instagram pages. So if you guys want to donate towards their documentaries, that would be very helpful. A lot of them, they work very hard to, as you guys see, they work very hard to come up with their projects. So any donations towards their individual projects will be going on their individual pages and donating to them individually, right? So a lot of them, they have people within their documentaries that they were helping. So it would just be a very great thing to do, to click on their link and then give them a little support. Let them know, hey, like, we're actually happy that you took this initiative and then that you're actually wanting to do other projects. Even it will help to fund them to get equipment and things of that sort. So yeah, like I said, my name is Isis Richards, and thank you guys so much for being a part of this screening. And I hope to see you guys soon for cycle 2.